Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Living Life at LifeView. I am your host, Dr. Veronica Garcia, and today we are joined by Dr. Mary Powell. Hi, how are you doing today?
I am well, thank you.
Good. Thank you for spending a little bit of your time with us today.
Yes.
Talk to us a little bit about your background. What is your role at Life University?
Well, I have been at Life University for 11 years. It'll be going to 12 in August. I'm in the business department. And happenstance how I got here. I was looking for an opportunity to teach in a university. I was teaching at Clark Atlanta as an adjunct. My previous BS degree, if you will, undergrad, was fashion merchandising and design. And I went to Tuskegee University now, but it was Tuskegee Institute while I was there. And so I was teaching in the fashion program at Clark Atlanta. And I was okay with it, but I really wanted a full-time position. Go back a little bit more is I have been in everything. I've done a little bit of everything. And when I got my MBA, I decided now I want to teach. But my previous background was really in fashion, merchandising. I was in sales, worked for a lot of different companies, an old company called Montgomery Ward's in Chicago. I was a buyer, assistant buyer there. And I just had a varied background, but I really wanted to teach. And I got here at Life through a neighbor.
Okay.
She's the comptroller here. So I told her I was looking for a job and wanted to get into higher education. And so she directed me here. They didn't have a position at first.
Okay.
So I talked my way in.
Love it.
Yeah. The chair said, I don't have any adjunct positions. And she was busy trying to talk to me. And then I called her back. I said, don't you need an admin or something? You seem like you're pretty busy. She said, you would do that? I said, absolutely. So she hired me as an admin.
Yes.
4 months later, a full-time instructor quit.
Look at that. I just got goosebumps.
I know, right? Interviewed for it, got the position, been here ever since.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank
what a beautiful way to pave your own journey and your story. I love that.
Yeah, it was
That's
pretty
awesome.
cool.
And as what is your role currently in the university?
I am an assistant professor in the business program. I'm also the program coordinator for the business program.
Okay.
So basically what that means, I'm kind of the liaison and kind of the go-to person for all things BBA. And kind of with the assistant dean. I work in conjunction with him. And I am also the chair of the university undergrad admission committee.
Okay.
Yeah, so I do a lot of things. And then I teach in Arendelle about every 2 years. I teach a positive business course, and I really love that part. And I've created 2 courses here. Both of them have been going strong for now 10 and a half, 11 years.
Wow.
One is Entrepreneur in Social Media, where I teach students how to make money on social media.
Awesome.
And then the second course is Entrepreneur in Social Change. I actually was asked to create that course because of one of the previous provosts had heard a gentleman speak about how to change the world. His name is David Bornstein. And he said, we need that kind of course here. So I created the course. So it's been going strong. And now it's part of the general core.
Wow.
So I usually have, 25 to 30 students.
Wow.
About once a year. In the summer is a little light, but winter, I'm full. So I'm teaching it now, So those are the courses I've created. So I've done a few things.
a few wonderful things.
A few things, yeah.
That's awesome. So you have been part of the evolution of the business program at Life University. And as a person that has also been here for about 10 years on and off, whether I was a student and then as a employee and then back now into the podcast world, I've seen the evolution of the institution in different ways, but talk to us about the insights of that evolution of the business program at Life University.
Well, I would say the business program has really evolved. Our goal has always been to be in touch with business, to have our students be very prepared to go out into the world. I'm known as the presentation instructor. I always make my students do presentations. And each one of us have a varied background. But the really cool thing about all of us, we've worked some part in the business world. So we're able to bring that into the classroom.
Important.
And it's very important. And we're able to speak to our stories and our history of what we've done in the business world and why it's important to grasp the information that we're giving them. We try to bring a lot of real world situations into the classroom. For me, in my marketing class, I try to go find an outside client that wants a marketing plan. And we've done about half a dozen or so actual real businesses where we created marketing plans. We actually did one for the paraphernalia shop, the gift shop. So
wow.
Yeah, so the students get to do a real plan.
Wow.
And present it to our customer, and a lot of them have really used it. I mean, they call me back and say, can you tell me more about what I should do? You all were explaining it, but I was so caught up in the presentation. But yeah, we've had some really great marketing plans. My students amaze me all the time. You know, it's hard at the beginning, but then at the end, it's like, mwah, love it.
I love that, and that sounds like such an important piece to the education. It sounds like a beautiful small internship within your curriculum that allows you to kind of explore maybe what your colors and what your vibe and what your rhythm is going to be in the business world. Because as a businesswoman, both of us here, we might have a very similar maybe strategies, but at the same time, very different rhythms within the business. And whether the business is healthcare or the business is fashion, there's still some core areas that we all have to follow in order for that to succeed.
Absolutely. I tell the students, all students, at the end of the day, when you leave here, you're going to either work for a business or you're going to own a business. So you've got to know business. You can't rely on handing off things to people like accounting and someone to do HR. You need to know the baseline of what's going on so you can be in more control of your business. Right. Because at the end of the day, it's your money. You want to watch your money. Because I used to be a business owner before I came to Life University. I had a high-end clothing, plus-size clothing store in Buckhead.
Okay.
And it was the real deal. It was my dream, though, and I was with some partners. We had a wonderful time. So I always bring that back to my students to let them know, you have to know everything. You can't just be siloed in your business. You have to know more. So we try to give that to them all the time.
And, well, talking about that, what are some, top three, I guess, advice that you would give a student that is wanting to succeed in a fast-paced business environment?
Well, this is what I tell every class. I said, remember, when you go work for someone, they're paying you, right? Get their education. So they're paying you to come every day, learn everything you can about that business. Because at the end of the day, you can leave that business and take that information with you. And I've watched people in the business sector learn things, go to the next company, get promoted, learn something there, go to the next company, get promoted, learn something there, and come back and become vice president or president of the company they left.
Wow.
Because you have to understand, if you go in with the mindset it's just about the money, and it's just about me surviving, then it's not going to be fun. Right. It's not going to be happy. Right. All the jobs that I've had in my life, I've always said, I'm learning something here. What am I learning? I'm learning how to organize. I'm learning time management. I'm learning how to sell to my customer. What are the key elements of what I'm doing that I need to sell to my customer? So all that time, I'm being educated. And I'm also getting paid. Right. So that's a really cool thing. So I tell students that's really number one. Number two is, you have to really understand what it is you're coming to school for. Don't just come because you think it's the thing to do. Really get clear about your why. What is your why? Why are you here? And then once you get clear about that, you're able to really engage in the work. It's so important to be in the space where you understand what you're doing. And then once you do that, I've had students write me back after they leave. I'm getting into marketing because of your course. I'm doing this because of what you've told me. And that was the ones that were really deep in it. I had a student just send me a message on Messenger just yesterday, and he said, Miss Powell, guess what I'm doing? Learning how to run my business on the beach.
Wow.
And I'm like, there you go. That's what I want. I want you to really get involved in this and really understand. Don't just see this as drudgery every day, or I got to do it because I got to do it because I got to do my parents or whoever is right. It needs to be for you.
Right.
Get real clear about that. And I guess third is Enjoy college life. Oh my gosh, I had the best time in college. If you don't enjoy your college life, but I really enjoyed my time in school.
Yes.
I made a gazillion friends.
Mm-hmm.
I always go back for homecoming.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always enjoying that, and it's so cool that we've. I'm not going to tell you how long I've been out of school, but the key element is friends for life, you know, and you want to create those relationships and those memories. I can go right now and just sit down and think about all the fun stuff we did. So make it an adventure too. Make it fun. So those are the 3 things I would say.
I love that. Thank you. Thank
You're
you
welcome.
so much. What advice would you give a student that is considering a business degree at Life University?
Well, first of all, I say the classrooms are generally in a smaller cohort situation, except for one of my one classes, 30 students. But for the most part, 15, 20, we're starting to pick up a little more in our classes, but you'll have that one-on-one engagement with your instructor. I think that's really important. My students, I'm always telling them, come and see me. Let's Zoom. Let's do something. Let's talk. Let me help you with moving forward in the class. And I think that would be a very powerful selling piece is how close-knit you can be with your instructors. The other part I would say is we have such a beautiful campus. So from a perspective of a business student, you will be able to study and learn in an environment that will make you feel really good. I was just telling my business students the other day, Introduction to Business, same thing, that I asked them why did they come here? And a lot of them said, out of all the choices, they thought this was the better school. And I was like, okay, that's cool. And what else did you like? And, they love the campus. They are really getting to know, they're new students, so they're like freshmen. They're kind of getting to know the instructors, and they're leaning one way or another. And that we bring value in our business program because we all have worked in the business sector. So we're bringing a lot more to the table than just teaching you theory and concepts. We're actually taking it to another level.
Exactly. I love that. Well, how can people contact you if they have any other questions?
Okay. If they want to contact me, I'm at Marie.Powell. That's MARIE. Powell, POWELL, at Life University. Email me is the best way because my phone is attached to my body, so I constantly can respond to you. But yeah, that's how you can reach me.
Okay, that sounds awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking a few minutes of your day to spend with us and to let the world know a little bit more of the business program at Life University and a little bit more about Dr. Marie Powell.
Well, thank you. And just a little caveat here. I'm not yet a doctor.
Okay.
But I will say in the next 6 months, I will be.
Oh, well, congratulations. All the positive vibes for
this
beautiful change and growth and good luck with everything that you're doing. I'm excited to know a little bit more of what's going on with you in the next 6 months or so. So maybe we'll touch base then.
Absolutely.
Sounds good. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us one more time. I hope to see you at our next episode of Living Life at Life U. Have a nice day.